Hello, this is Janet Morana, Executive Director of Priests for Life. Welcome to our program. You know, the other side touts how safe these abortion clinics are, women's health, and the doctors are just so wonderful. Well, have we got a shocker for you? Joining me today is our Director of Communication, Leslie Palma. Welcome to the program, Leslie.
Thanks for having me.
Well, like I said, some of these doctors in the clinics, I mean, if you look at the testimonies of Silent No More, it just pairs up exactly what we know. The women don't know who the doctor is. Right. They don't know his name. They don't see him till they're on the procedure table, right, et cetera, et cetera. But we have a horrible case right in Washington, D.C., you know, a late-term abortion clinic. Like this doctor is killing babies in the 7th, 8th, 9th month of pregnancy, and healthy babies and healthy mothers, right?
Yep. No limits.
No limits, no limits, no limits. In fact, he had killed, there's 5 babies that are still being held by the medical examiner because it's suspect that he either killed them by partial birth abortion, which is illegal, or they were born alive and he killed them by, snapping their spinal cord, which is horrific. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting for an investigation. Supposedly Pam Bondi said she's going to investigate. I'm not holding my breath. But this guy should be taken to jail, actually, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. At the very least, he should lose his medical license.
Exactly. So we have a video. And I want you, brothers and sisters, when you look at this video, say to yourself, would I let this doctor operate on me? I wouldn't let him operate on my dog. So let's take a look.
Remember my name. I'm here. Please, don't do this. You're too old for this.
Take it.
Please. We brought this for you here today. This is a message for you. Please don't do this.
Sir, if you need prayer, if you need to talk, we will talk with you.
Right now they're barricading. Yeah. I know, I've heard before.
Please, can we talk with you, Santangelo?
Just for a moment.
A moment, can you just talk with us?
You've changed our lives. You have changed our lives.
We'd love to talk with you.
You're getting old, and that's not an insult. You're getting old, and you need to make a decision now.
We're going to stand before God one day, and we care about you. We'd love to be able to talk you through this, sir.
Maria, don't.
Has anybody else talked to you about it?
Maria, come on. Don't do this.
Please, would you, hey, Cesare, will you please talk with us? Thank you. Why? Hey,
I appreciate
please, Cesare, talk to us.
Bye, guys.
We hate to do that. I'm so sorry. We hate to do it. And I know that.
Well, first of all, he's walking with a cane. His
right
arm, and most people are right-handed, so that's your arm you're going to be doing the surgery on, is in a cast. And you're walking in to do an abortion.
Yep.
I mean, brothers and sisters, my goodness. The guy is in his 70s, and now he's
in his old 70s, too.
Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't,
he doesn't look like he's, well, let's put it this way. I'm going to be 73 next month, okay?
Yeah.
And if he's my age, I think there was a little difference in how we look.
Absolutely.
And what's the amazing thing is that they don't have his license, right?
Yeah.
But recently now, through the help of a good pro-life attorney and some others, a bright light is being shown on this, right?
Right, and there's been a complaint, a 14-page complaint was filed with the D.C. Board of Medicine saying that this man has got to lose his license. But he's not only licensed in D.C., I found out, he's also licensed, I think, in Maryland and New York.
Well, because Maryland is another state that allows abortion till birth, and we know for a fact that late-term abortion happens in Maryland. And in fact, on a previous show, we talked about the baby we saved that this doctor was going to kill, and the baby was over 5 pounds, healthy baby, healthy mother, and he was just saying, oh, well, you're poor and, welfare, and you already have a baby, we can help you out with this. So in Maryland, they were going to kill a healthy baby, over 5 pounds. Imagine?
Right. Yeah,
and this Santangelo, like I said earlier, I wouldn't let him operate on my dog.
Right.
But you have more information about
well,
him.
the good news, at least temporarily, is that they are no longer making abortion appointments at his facility.
That's good.
No one knows why, but at least for right now, they're not making appointments. So that's that's
a plus.
It's a little bit of good news. But he has he did kill a woman, at least one that we know of. In 2010, there was a woman named Rebecca Charland. She miscarried at 17 weeks, and she was referred there for a dilation and evacuation procedure to, remove the baby.
Take the baby out, right.
But that's the same hideous procedure that's used to abort second trimester babies. So over 2 or 3 days, a mom's cervix is dilated until an abortionist can reach in with a clamp to take the baby out piece by piece. So on her day 2, Rebecca complained of abdominal pain, but Santangelo proceeded with the abortion. As her oxygen levels fell and she turned blue, they decided to call an ambulance, and she died shortly after arriving at the hospital, with an autopsy revealing that fetal debris had entered her bloodstream and reached her lungs. The family sued. There was a private settlement, and the medical board, a medical review panel, the only thing that they did to Santangelo was suggest that he should use ultrasound guidance.
In killing babies.
Yes, in killing babies, so that maybe he won't also kill
Make
them
more
others.
mistakes.
Right.
Unbelievable.
And I have a Google review from a woman posted it. Her name was Lori Smith. She said, "Please do not take your daughter, friend, yourself, or anyone else to this clinic. I'm at the hospital with my daughter now as I'm writing this review. She was seen at this clinic 3 days ago. She's been hemorrhaging and cramping terribly. This was already a very difficult decision to make. This experience has destroyed her. She never met the doctor and was being put under for her procedure. There was no nurse in the room either. When she woke up, she was covered in blood and waited in a room alone for 45 minutes. To top off this horrific experience, they didn't even give her a pad. They let her bleed for just about 2 hours. Something has to be done about this clinic."
Wow.
Yep. So, and it's just horrific to think that people are still going there. I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but I mean, at least the good step is right now they're not
Right now,
scheduling abortions.
Right.
Probably because they know there's going to be an investigation.
Right,
You know.
because he's got his right arm in a cast. Maybe they finally realized that
shouldn't
this isn't a good idea.
I mean, it's ridiculous,
It
you
is,
know?
it's crazy.
And of course, from the pro-abortion lobby, crickets. Nobody is saying a word about this. They're ignoring it.
Yep.
In fact, I found out that if you do call his clinic for an appointment, they refer you to NAF, the National Abortion Federation, and they'll help you
They'll
find
help find other
other doctors that are
abortion
willing to-
care.
Yes, to kill your baby.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me, go to his website. The name of the clinic again is
The Washington Surgery
Center.
Surgery Center.
Yeah,
yes,
because
yeah.
I went to their website, and they proudly say how late they kill babies too.
yeah.
They're very proud about it. They
Yeah.
put it right up there. And there's clinics in New Mexico and Maryland do the same thing, because I did this little research poking around. It's right on their website. You don't have to say it's us pro-lifers. Just go and look.
Right.
There's another clinic in New York also brags that they killed them to 28 weeks.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, it's all there on the internet for you to see, and it's just, the other side makes it sound like the late-term abortion is rare, but we're finding out it's not rare, and it's on healthy babies and healthy mothers, right?
And this clinic is also the place where a whole lot of pro-lifers were protesting, and they got arrested, and they got convicted on the federal FACE Act charges, and they
Right.
all got sent to prison, but President Trump he pardoned them.
He pardoned them. They got out again. Yes.
But then, he gets told he has to use ultrasound when he kills someone, and they get put in prison. Lauren Handy got 48 months or 57 months or something crazy like that.
Right. And when they say he's going to use ultrasound, because even with Kermit Gosnell, that trial, I saw the ultrasound machine in the courtroom. It was one of these like this, a screen like this tiny, old, dilapidated. So when they tell them they have to use ultrasound, if they have an ultrasound machine,
They'll plug it in.
well, yes, and it's old.
Yeah.
It must be, some of these machines are about 20 years old. Like when ultrasound first came out, they buy this low-grade equipment, and that's what they're using.
Yeah.
So, and that's how those babies are born alive, by the way, because they're supposed to use the ultrasound to inject the baby's heart with digoxin to kill the baby. And then they induce her into labor and deliver the dead baby. But what was happening is they were missing.
They're missing.
And the baby was born alive. And that's how Santangelo killed those 5 babies, because they were born alive.
In fact, many, many years ago, another organization did an undercover video with him, and the woman who was pretending to be 27 weeks pregnant said, "Well, what will you do if the baby's born alive? Will you help it?" And he said, "No, I won't help it," which is against the law.
Right.
But,
no,
yeah.
they'll just there are stories where they took the baby, breathing, gasping, and put it in a medical waste bag
Yeah.
and smothered it. I mean, it's horrific what's
It is
going
horrific.
on.
It is
it
horrific.
really is.
And it's nothing, again, crickets from the media. You never read about this except in the pro-life Pro-life media.
Pro-life circles, yes, and it's a shame. You know, not even Fox talks about it, which you would think Fox would, but nope, crickets. It can't say anything bad about abortion. That's the problem.
Yep.
Well, this is a good sign, though. At least it's temporarily closed. Hopefully they will, because this good pro-life attorney, Mike Seibel, as we know, is a good friend of ours. He is working very hard with a deposition right now to get his medical license pulled. So let's pray for that.
Absolutely.
Okay? Well, thanks for bringing the up-to-date news. Well, brothers and sisters, I hope you're still seeing how bad abortion is, and you got to repeat these stories because the media isn't, and you got to make people aware, okay, that the Democratic Party puts blinders onto all this, and there's not an abortion they don't like, and we have to stop it. And guess what? With you having those conversations, we can change hearts and minds. And remember, there's some abortions only you're going to be able to stop, and therefore some lives only you can save. Join us again next time.
Hello, this is Abby Johnson of Unplanned the Movie. You know me as a longtime supporter of Priests for Life and of Father Frank Pavone, and I just want to encourage you as someone who knows of the great work of this organization, please continue to stand strong. Please continue to support this mission. It is so needed now more than ever. Thank you so much for all of your support.